Hi, it's me, Nikki B, and I'm coming to you guys to talk about a very touchy subject. I'm coming to talk about being violated sexually, whether it's rape, date rape, incest. I'm just coming to talk to you about being violated by the ones you trust and how it damages you from the inside out. Once trust is gone, there's nothing left. It's forced and it's unwanted. It's also a criminal offense. It can happen to men and women. Any age, your gender doesn't matter, your status doesn't matter. It can do damage. It can do damage. When I mean damage, I'm going to give you some stats first. 30% of rape victims are under 16. Sometimes they don't believe you. Or sometimes you don't think no one will believe you. Nikki B is in one of those statistics. I dated a man, right? The transition, getting divorced. I met a man, very prominent in the community, and we dated. We went out, we went everywhere, we were inseparable. And, we had a consensual relationship where we were sexual. So that's why I couldn't understand, what happened. How many of you know you could be with someone and not know them? I mean, like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Anyway, we did everything. We would go everywhere. And until I found out, he was community property, Mr. Community Property. So I was putting some distance between us. Literally, just was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm not a game. I'm not going to play around. It's time for me to just, get my life right. Do what I need to do. So I put some distance between us. And, he would call every day and I would say, hey, I'm busy. I'm doing something else. I'm exercising. I just don't have time for it. And he got sick early on and was like, I'm really ill. And I would go and help to take care of him, just to be there. So after I put distance between us, we hadn't seen each other in a while. So finally he was like, oh, my legs hurting. They're swelling, my sugar high. And I said, okay. Being that I had a heart for him, I went over to see about him. Bad idea. Bad move, guys. When it feels wrong, just don't ever put yourself in a compromising position, ladies and gentlemen, because you can end up on the wrong side of right. My life changed that day. I went in to help him out, being a friend, because by this time we had stopped dating, and I just said, okay, let me go help him. I get there and I rub his legs down and he goes, okay, now it's time. I said, time for what? I didn't come here. I didn't come here for this. I came to see about you. And now I'm getting ready to leave. Needless to say, the brother grabbed me. And at that time I was about maybe 300 pounds. And shook me like I was a rag doll. In my mind, it's like, I can't believe this is happening. I just got out of domestic violence, relationship. This man can't possibly, he not finna try this. He was bigger than me. He was maybe 375. So he's a big fella. So, we tussling. And he picked me up and body slammed me. And I'm dazed. And I'm I didn't come here for this. Get off. Stop. No means no, people. If you've been violated, honey, no means no. No means no. There's no excuses. There's no, oh, because I love him or because maybe he was having a bad day. No means no. Men, no means no. If a woman has violated you or another man. Because rape happens to everybody from all walks of life. No means no. So after I had an out-of-body experience. I couldn't believe this was happening. And I just laid there and my tears were flowing. And he was having a grand old time. And all the while, I'm like, God, please help me get through this. Please help me get through this. I just wanted to be over. Afterwards, I said, I will never come back here again. You could be dying. I'll never come back here again. And when you die, I'm going to help the funeral people cremate you. Needless to say, I got a bullet put in my hand, pictures of a gun, intimidation. Okay. I don't want no problems. I didn't want to embarrass myself or make myself feel any worse or bring any shame upon myself than what I already felt. Big mistake. 911 is there for a reason. 911, use it. Don't let these scumbags get off. You have a voice. You have a right to say no. You have a right to say no because it's your body. I used to watch the news and see where a woman was assaulted and, they would talk about what she was wearing. The clothes could be provocative, This lady was wearing a thong. She was wearing her jogging clothes. So in my mind, I'm like, child, you was just asking for it until it landed at my doorstep. That's why the Bible say, judge not. The Lord tell you, judge not. I was too busy judging the women that had gotten sexually assaulted because what they were wearing. And it landed on my doorstep. And I wasn't wearing anything provocative. I had on some capris and a t-shirt. Nothing provocative about that. Because these people are monsters. Rape isn't about the sex. It's about power. It's about showing you who's in charge, asserting their authority. Take that power back. Don't let them get away with it. You call the police. And then after you do that, go get yourself some help. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Because after that soul tie crept up and fear gripped me. Fear gripped. Torment. Low self-esteem. It got so bad I didn't even believe myself. I was like, well, maybe it didn't happen. Maybe I imagined it. Maybe I did something to cause it. No. No is no. Rape is rape. If you're not willingly opening up your body or giving yourself to that other individual, that's rape. That's force. That's a crime. Call 911. Lock them up. I was too afraid, but I'm not afraid anymore. 911 has become my best friend. Leapfrog, because I'm going to call the frog catchers. I just want to let you know it's not your fault. But you got to forgive yourself. Don't beat yourself up anymore about it. Now it's time for you to pick up the pieces of your life and let God help you. I prayed and I said, God, why did this happen? He just wrapped his arms around me and told me it was going to be okay. And I realized it happened for this purpose, to help somebody. I won't put myself in a compromising situation again. And even if that's the case, you didn't bring it on you. Someone forced themselves upon you. So back to that soul tie, my self-esteem went down. I didn't trust people. I trusted no one of the opposite sex. I would have brothers, hey, how you doing? And I would just literally bolt and go the other way. Fear crept in. Doubt. I began to doubt myself. I began to doubt God. I began to doubt, and I would pray to die. Because here I am. I just got out of this 19-year domestic violence marriage. So I got out of the frying pan and stepped into fish grease. I'm being so transparent right now that I feel like I'm about to vomit. But I know I got to get it out. Because in the process of helping somebody out there, I'm freeing myself from the chains that binded me. That I am no longer a victim. That I am victorious. That I'm not a piece of meat. That I'm a person. And that I am worthy of love and respect. And I'm not some filthy rag. So I prayed hard. I began exercising some more. And the more I exercised, the more I prayed. The more I cried and I cried and I prayed and I just did it all. I prayed. I say, God, I need you to free me from this. It was a slow process. And he said, you made me feel like I raped you. Oh, you did. You did. Then he goes, it's so many other women out there who would love to be in your spot. Go be with them, community property. Go do it. I'm good. You stay over there with that foolishness. Maybe a couple months passed by and called from a different number and I answered my phone. He goes, hey, I just called to see what you was up to. And, I know I manhandled you. Wow. Okay. So you admit to all this time. I get the nasty text messages. I get pictures of guns. I get bullets. Okay, God, rid me of this demon. I'm telling y'all, you don't know who you're with. That's why you got to pray and ask God to help you. And you got to wait on him. The beast is within people. You wouldn't believe it. Looking at this brother, you wouldn't think that. You would think he's all well put together. That's a beast. These people are sick and they need help. And in the process of feeding their monster, they damage you. Because I viewed myself as damaged goods. Nobody's going to want me now. But oh, my Savior. He was right there with me. Picked me up. Put his arms around me. Even when I attempted suicide, he was right there with me. Telling me, no, daughter. It's going to be all right. That was somebody else's choice to violate me, not my own. And that's what I had to understand. It wasn't my fault. I did nothing to deserve this. And I'm all right. I'm blessed. I found a new church home. And when I got there, it was a bunch of men. And they would attempt to hug me. And I would be like, because I was traumatized. That's a traumatizing experience. Very traumatic. Don't downplay it. Don't downplay yourself. Don't downplay what you've gone through. Do not downplay that. It's very traumatic. And you need to get you some help. Talk to a psychologist. Talk to your pastor. Talk to your family. That's what I neglected to do. I shut myself up. My family doesn't even know. This is going to be the first time some of them actually hear this. I was too ashamed. I was hurt. This is someone I trusted. And I felt so powerless. In hindsight, if I knew then what I know now, I would have probably ended his life. But at that time, I was in shock. I was livid. Like, wow, did that just happen? And I just wanted to scrub myself off. And I just wanted to lay in the bed and I just wanted to die. I just wanted it to be over. I just wanted to be left alone. So then I get this invite. to go to church. And I'm thinking, really, I just don't want to deal with this anymore. Not another man who wants to waltz into my life. And because I was so low. I got to church. And there are all these men, and I'm just traumatized. And it's like, don't touch me. God met me right where I was. He helped me. He can help you too. You don't have to go through this alone. You don't have to bury that secret anymore. If you were molested as a child, incest, raped, honey, go get some help because it's not your fault. You were violated. That's their mishap, not yours. The sad part is you've held on to that thing and it just ate at you and it eats at you. And it stops you from loving. It stops you from trusting. It stops you from living. I decided to take back the power. You don't win. He doesn't win. I'm on the Lord's side. Victory is mine. And it's yours too. Release it. Go talk to someone. Call me. I'm on Facebook. Find me. I'll be here for you. I'll walk through it with you. I'll hold your hand every step of the way. Every single solitary step of the way. As God leads me, I will be there for you. But just know it's not your fault. And you will recover from this. You will be better. And the best victory, the best revenge is to live. That's the best revenge. You take back that power and you live and you start trusting again and you start loving again and you start laughing again and you start loving yourself again. Look in the mirror and love yourself. You are not your violation. You are not a tragedy. You are not a piece of meat. You are a person. You are loved. You are worthy. You are celebrated. The Lord has redeemed you. He's kept you alive for this very moment. Yield to Him. Tell Him where it hurts. I promise you, He's right here to mend that broken heart. Don't you know you are an overcomer by the word of your testimony? This testimony, I'm an overcomer. I'm victorious. And the devil don't win. Remember, he ain't got nothing. And he ain't gonna get nothing. We are heirs to the kingdom. I pray that this testimony was a blessing to you. That it bless somebody to know that you're going to be all right. You are more than a conqueror. God has already made a way of escape. Just yield to Him. Let Him help you. I love you guys and you have a wonderful day. And thank you for taking time out to tune in.